Hello. Greetings, hope you're well. Thanks for watching, thank you for supporting. And thank you for all your messages and stuff, it's always nice. I do try and respond if I can. I will have a bit more time to respond now. We have one of these. A 40-inch 4K Samsung ue40j6000. And interestingly, we have one of these. In fact, I'll just whiz the camera around and you'll see it. And this time, we have, if I can concentrate on where the number is, so that's a 7000. So it's a 40 UJ7000. And this one's a what, sorry? A 6000. What's the difference, I hear you cry? Well, I don't know. I can only imagine the only difference is going to be something minimal in the specifications. It may have an extra HDMI. It may have an extra feature on the smart side of things. If you put both of them together side by side, and I'll try and do this just so you get an idea what I'm going on about, they are identical as far as the chassis is concerned. So if you look at that one and then look at that one, you know, they are spot on. The only one difference is this has got the 5-volt common interface plugged in and this one hasn't. That makes no difference whatsoever. Well, there is another subtle difference. One has a smash screen, one doesn't. So I'm going to check when we open them up what mainboards are in these, just to see. Let me show you the fault with this one. It's a fault which makes some people think, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Goes to prove that we're all different. Thank heavens. Of course, what I now need is a Samsung remote control, and there's a chance that I haven't got a Samsung remote control, so I'm going to have to bring it on. Oh yes, I have. Got one here. So let me switch some lights off. As you can possibly see, this one is coming on okay. Can you see the fault yet? Actually, I can't see the fault, but I can see it on the screen, on the monitor. So it's coming. It's through the cameras. It's coming better. Can you see it now? Yeah, you can. We've got 2 white spots. I think there are only 2. Let's have a look at the let's have a look at the test picture test. Just the 2 there. Now, this really should be as simple as stripping it down to the backlights, finding the 2 lenses which have fallen off. That's all that's happened. There's the lenses I'm sure you've seen on my previous videos, and all on top of all of the LEDs. It's just a diffuser lens which helps spread the light out rather than up. Once the lens comes on, it spreads the light up. And we should just be able to glue it back on. But if not, I've got that smash set here, and even though it's a different model number, I've got a funny feeling it may have the same screen in. And if it has the same screen, it'll have the same backlights, and if it has the same backlights, I could put a whole couple of new strips in. But that's not really necessary. A little bit of glue is all it would take, as I'm hoping I'm going to prove to you, unless the lenses have burnt out for some reason. If they've burnt off, I may have to go replacing them. But, you know, let's have a look, see how we get on. Take off the feet first. This is one of the nice 4K ones that's got screws in the back rather than, just going to magnetise my screwdriver, rather than the horrible clips. So what is it? I'm due, at time of recording, this is a week to Christmas. Am I ready for it? Yes. I'm a man. I will go and drive next Thursday. I shall have a day out in Devon, about 100 miles away from here. I shall go to Torquay, and one of my favourite places, meet up with a couple of friends, have a couple of drinks, do a bit of Christmas shopping for everything that I need, and it's all done. I don't have complicated Christmases. Not that there's anything wrong with a complicated Christmas, complicated being mega family and that sort of stuff. I do intend to have quite a merry Christmas this year. I have the time. Quite fortunate. And I found a place that's going to be open on Christmas Day, all day, for drinks. Now, I'm not a pub person. I'm not a boozer. But Christmas Day I do find a bit of an anticlimax. Everyone gets excited, and then the day just gets so quiet and boring. You can only watch a certain amount of television. I'm desperately trying to reduce the amount of hours I am watching TV news. I am finding it just ridiculously depressing. So the fact that I've been invited to this bar for drinks, on this day, on Christmas Day, I will definitely have a go at that. Supposed to have a Merry Christmas, which means I'll have a lousy Boxing Day. That's interesting. They've designed, I never noticed that before. They designed this TV, in fact that's the first one I've noticed. Have you noticed that? This TV has been designed to come with feet or a stand. You can take your pick. Feet or a stand. I've never noticed before. Why have I? Maybe I have noticed, not shouted about it. It's acting like it's still got a screw in somewhere. It's acting like it's got a screw. Oh yes, it has. It has. It's got a screw. Just metal. Oh, sorry, lots of people have been saying, where is she? Where is she? She's there. Misty. There. Yes, she lives here. As you can see, she's got her food there and everything else that she needs. She has had company with another cat over the last couple of months, but she's kicked that cat out. Right. Interesting. Carrot. Is that the name of the person? I don't know if you can see that, sorry. Is that the name of the person that put this TV together? Thank you, Carrot. I'm now taking it apart for you. There's the model number of the screen, which we need to make a note of because we're going to be having a look at the screen that's behind me in the other TV. And there's a date on that. What's that? 2015. So that's when it was assembled. So it's a six years old, which I suppose is about right for a 4K, or this particular model 4K. So take the speakers out, which is always on Samsungs a job which is more troublesome than it should be. That went right in my eye. Okay. Get some glue on those later. I only need to disconnect the bits that's going to be in way of the screen. Just gently removing the tabs from the back of the panel. They will flap about for a bit. You have to be careful once you have removed the tabs, because you'll need to turn the TV over the other way. I've covered most of this on all the other videos, but you may be watching just because you're interested in this particular Samsung. So the way I've got this now, you can possibly see that I've got it overlapping. So the tabs from the screen, those two little circuit boards, they're not rubbing up against the carpet and I'm not causing an issue. At least I don't think I am. No, I'm not. I'm just checking on the 55-inch version of this. There are screws in these. Now there are screw holes, but there are no screws in them. So I'm just loosening a few bits up. I always try and pull the screen surround off the bezel without touching the screen, because you'll be surprised how much pressure you accidentally put on the screen, and you don't want to do that. There was one lousy clip at the back that was causing me issues. And up the screen goes. Now the diffuser bezels on these could be, is it a whole one? Oh, it looks like it's a whole one sometimes. Sometimes they can be in 4 pieces, but not this one. It's just a case of getting the clips off, as you can see. That's all. Then lift off. Lift Off, that used to be a children's TV show when I was a children. Was it Lift Off with Aisha? Oh, just remembered that. Gonna have to YouTube that later now. Lift Off with Aisha. Pop music show. ITV, well, ITV didn't have many pop music shows. Lift Off. I wonder why they didn't. ITV never had many music shows until the Roxy came along. And if you don't remember the Roxy was the equivalent to Top of the Pops. And I think it was launched by Kid Jensen, after he'd left the BBC. Anyway. Somewhere in here we should see 2 and I can see them already, can you? There's one. And there's one. And they've just come off. So all we have to do on these is glue that one back on there and that one back on there. That's all we have to do. Bum, bum, bum. It really is that simple. I shall be doing some more videos over Christmas. I should have a little bit more time. They've clipped into place straight away. I'm going to give them a few minutes to dry. The reason is I've got a 32-inch TV which has got the same problem, but I think it's just about every shade has come off it. Every diffuser. Now if you've got, it's quite rare incidentally that it happens on a Samsung TV, I must admit. It happens a lot with LG on some of their LB ranges. On a Samsung it does happen with Samsung, but it is quite rare. It's pretty straightforward putting them back on, but what you do have to remember is they do go on a certain way. And you have to be quite precise. If you don't get precise, you get little eclipse white shadows, as we call it, little moon eclipse effects on the screen, and you don't want to you don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do in a second, and unfortunately you may not see it on camera because you know what it's like when we switch the LEDs on. I'm just going to put Well, I can do that now. This can all come back on. And then I shall just test the TV screen without test the TV without putting the screen on, just to see if it's giving me any eclipse. If it's giving me any eclipse patterns, I can then delve in and resolve before the glue sets. Oh, that's got in rather well, that's good. So and I'm sure, as you know by now, but we'll go over it, on just about 80% of Samsungs, if you want to test the backlights, all you have to do is disconnect the main board from the power board and then plug in, and that will bring your backlights straight on, straight up. Have I gone upside down? No. I must have turned this around. Oh yes, of course I did. I lifted it up, didn't I? That's better. To make sure that the clips are all on the inside. Which they are. Still not convinced this is the right way. Take two. No, I was right the first time. So, as I mentioned, if I disconnect, sorry, just need to lift you up a little bit. If I disconnect this lead, which connects the main, oh, I've just heard something go click. And you know what's just gone click, don't you? One of those lenses I've just put on. And these are being a swine to get out, push down. So I'm just going to have to get into that again now. Give me a minute. Right, so I've just stuck that, one came off. And that was the whole point I was making about giving them time. A lot of people ask me about the glue that I've got. I use B7000, but this is medium viscosity. Don't get medium. Get high if you can. This is taking so long. I bought these by mistake. B7000 is the great glue, the clear glue, it's fine, but it does take longer to set. The other one sets almost straight away. So I've disconnected the main board, as you saw, from the power supply, so the backlight should come up. I've got to lift it up again slightly, but hopefully not enough to cause any issues. And you can see straight away the backlights have come on, and you can see straight away that I've got another issue which I didn't see before. So not one of the two that I've done. There's obviously another one that's come loose and I didn't notice. I'm not too sure if you can see that. Let me... Yeah, you can see it just there. Now, we didn't have a problem with that one before. We had a problem there and we had a problem there. So I've got to go looking into that now, find out what's going on. Well, I think we know what's going on. A blooming lens has come off. Just there. Yeah, that one. Also needs gluing. Do bear with. So as you can see now, we've got lens number 3 that's decided to pop off. So this time I am going to pause the video. I'm going to give it all some time to set, man. Hopefully all glue set. And hopefully you're hearing me okay. I know we've got some microphone issues. Apologise. The whole editing software that I use needs to be reset and reloaded because it's doing weird things. Every day something else is stopping working. So that'll be a Christmas job, you know. One of those boring days when I've got nothing to do. Reset everything. All these backlights are on and they're back in the proper place. I'm just going to give them a little wiggle, and I am just going to do a shadow test. That's better. That's fine. I thought there was a bit of a shadow then, but it wasn't. Let me turn that off. So now I just need to reassemble the TV. So if you give me a couple of minutes, we'll have a look how it looks once I've reassembled the TV. Right, sorry, I've just been recording, but I haven't been recording, so you've just missed the last 5 minutes. Basically, I put the screen back on the set, lifted up the TV, and heard a rattle again, and there's another one that's fallen off, which I've now just glued. I've put it's on there, So I'm resting it on this side. So what I'm going to do is going to end this video here. There will be a part 2 because we're going to have a look at this one. I'm a little bit nervous starting to fall off. Not the ones I've glued back on. The ones I've glued back on are fine, but other ones are fall off. I'm going to see if this has got the same screen inside, and if it has, we're going to put that screen onto this TV. And I've got a funny feeling that this is a better TV. I think with it being a later model, got the same screen, but I've been wrong before. We'll find out in part 2.